We play and call it work.
MiniWarGaming Dave here from MiniWarGaming.com, here with Mike.
Hello.
Welcome, Wargamers, to another review for the Death Guard Codex. In this video, we're going to be focusing on the Scions of Mortarion.
Yeah, so stratagems, warlord traits, psychic powers, and maelstrom, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Did I get that all right?
Tactical cards, technically, is what you meant at the end. But
Same thing.
Maelstrom. Yeah, we can understand that.
You know what I meant.
Throw the words at me all organized.
Sure, accents.
Yeah. Accent they do.
Well, excuse yourself.
Are you French?
No.
Gesundheit.
Yeah.
There will be banter in this, but it's relevant.
It's Nurgle banter,
It's
though.
really relevant
It'll
to
be
what
light.
we're doing.
It'll be
yeah,
light.
we're going to be discussing stuff. Yeah.
And there'll be some intelligent insight. I don't know. I can't really guarantee that, though.
You can't or
cannot.
won't?
I cannot. There might be. I don't know.
You cannot.
Something in teeth, brother.
Is
Maybe
Nurgle's
Nurgle's
rod?
rod.
Scions of Mortarion. So inexorable advance, this is a rule that they get, and if your army is battle forged,
Yep.
infantry and Hellbrute units in Death Guard attachment gain this ability.
Yep.
Such units do not suffer a penalty for moving and firing heavy weapons, which is good considering it's Nurgle and you're already moving slow, so that's
Exactly,
a good thing.
so it's going to help.
Or for advancing and firing assault weapons.
Yep, so you don't get that -1.
In addition to this, a unit with this ability can fire twice with rapid-fire weapons at a range of 18 inches instead of only being able to fire twice with them up to half the weapon's maximum range.
I'm thinking bolters.
Yeah.
It's really the only thing that has rapid fire, right?
Right. Well,
That comes to
plasma
mind.
guns. Plasma guns.
Oh, plasma guns, yeah. Oh, well, actually, that's really good on
yes,
Plague Marines.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So
I'm thinking I might put 2 squads of them in rhinos.
maybe. Yeah, because you know that's 18-inch rapid fire is not insignificant.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I just thought of that right now
Did you?
because you asked me.
Oh, the
That's all,
the,
folks.
that thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, good.
Plague Host. So this is another thing.
Yep.
If your army is battle forged, all troops in Death Guard detachments gain this ability. Such a unit that is within range of an objective marker.
Control it over something that does not have a similar special rule.
So basically, it's objective secure.
It is.
Yeah.
But for those that are new to 8th edition, basically you hold it over something that is not a troop choice that has a special rule or something similar to that.
Yeah. So this seems to be a common trait
It
for
is.
units that are themed and that are new.
Yeah. So in the chapter approved book coming out in December, all the codexes are going to have something like this.
Yeah.
All the armies, basically. But for now, it's nice to have over other codexes.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Well, Warlord traits. Let's go into this. So if your Death Guard character is a Warlord, then you can generate one of these. Or you can just give one to him.
I mean, you could roll the d6, but let's be honest.
Let's just give it to him.
Just give it.
Yeah. Why would you ever
Give the dog a bone.
Right. Knick-knack, paddywhack.
We did that backwards. But
I think
that's
we
okay,
did, yeah. It's a little bit backwards, yeah. So revoltingly resilient. You can add 1 to any disgustingly resilient rolls you make for your Warlord, unless the wound you are rolling for is a mortal wound.
Sure.
So, I mean, that's good, considering it's 5 or 6. So basically, it's a 50-50 chance that you will negate the wound.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a mortal wound, absolutely. It's one of the better...
Unless you're
traits.
rolling for a mortal wound.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah.
I think there's a better one that I would choose personally.
Oh,
but
yeah.
We'll go over them.
This
one by
definitely
one.
isn't the best one,
No.
but it's still not
It's
bad.
decent. I think for the most part, the Warlord traits, they're good. Like, there's not a bad one there, I don't think.
No, I can agree with this. Living Plague. So you roll a dice for each enemy unit that is within 3 inches of the Warlord at the start of any fight phase, and the roll of 4 up suffers a mortal wound. So that goes with the theme of everything doing additional mortal wounds.
So, like, on a Lord of Contagion, this basically goes twice.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
So you stack it on him.
Yeah.
And you run him up, and then it's just
So
more
you could be
wounds.
doing 2d3 mortal wounds within 3 inches. So something that you're not killing in close combat, these mortal wounds will kill that unit.
Well, it wouldn't be 2d3 though, because this one is just a mortal wound.
Well, this is a mortal wound. Sorry, I read D3.
But it would be an extra one.
Yeah, it would be an additional one. So D3 plus 1.
Yes.
Not bad.
Yeah. It's
good.
extra. You
It's
never
good.
know. They all add up.
Sure.
You never know.
Yep. Especially when you have many abilities.
And it's each enemy unit within 3 inches.
Yep. I mean, you're
Right.
not going to get a lot of characters.
You get at least one.
You'll get at least
One
one.
or two.
Yep.
Tainted regeneration. So Warlord regains 1 lost wound at the start of each player's turn. Of each player's turn.
On each player's turn. So my turn and then your turn.
That's right.
So
Wow.
Stupid good.
So
It's better. It's better than the Chaos Space Marine one, where you get an additional wound and then you heal one. I think it's Iron Warriors that have that.
Okay.
This is you're regenerating 2 wounds before the enemy gets to shoot you again.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's a big deal.
It is.
Especially if your Warlord is a Demon Prince and you have more wounds.
Yep, exactly. You have 8 wounds. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you're going to be really tough to kill.
Yeah. I think this is a fantastic
It's one of the better ones.
Especially for those that have more wounds.
Exactly, yeah. I don't know what I would choose between this and Revoltingly Resilient, to be honest. Because the reroll ones on the Disgustingly Resilient is very good, but this is...
You add ones to Resilient.
Right, so you're rolling 4+ on the Disgustingly Resilient.
Yes.
So you're halving all the wounds.
Yeah.
But this is automatic, that you're getting 2 wounds before they shoot you again.
It's like a steroided Infernal Regeneration.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's not just your turn, it's both turns. Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. Like, why would you not choose that deliberately?
There's a lot of good options here to love.
And the thing that I like is that it seems like every option is a good option. It's not like there's one good one out of the 6.
I think
they're all decent.
We're finding that throughout the Death Guard book, that we're finding very good options. There's not really like a, oh, come on, man, like you can improve that somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It all seems very good on paper.
Mm-hmm. Hulking Physique, add 1 to your Warlord's toughness characteristic.
I think this is kind of one of the worst ones.
It probably is the worst one. It's very themed.
It is.
It's very Nurgle.
Yeah. Nurgle's Blessing, yeah.
You know, on a Demon Prince, you go from 6 to 7.
Which isn't that big a deal, because from 7 to 8 would be much larger.
That would be much better.
Like, it's a bigger deal from 4 to 5 as well.
Yes, the 4 to 5 is, so it's a Chaos Lord, because they're normally toughness 4.
Sure.
Go to 5, so there you go. There's a lot of things that are wounding you on 5s now.
Again, so, no, I don't know if I'd bring a Chaos Lord or Sorcerer.
Right?
I'd rather bring a Lord of Contagion or the Plague Sorcerer guy.
Or a Demon Prince.
Or Demon Prince. I'm definitely bringing a Demon Prince with wings, though, for free.
But you might, though.
The omission, right?
Yeah, the omission, yeah. If it ends up being that way.
You caught it, yeah.
I did catch that, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You'd like to throw your flies across the board.
Well, it's all about the Plague.
Yeah. And it's not about the base?
No trouble.
Oh man, that's we're gonna have to let that slide because I'm too lazy to delete it.
What? Like, what was the slide?
There is no slide.
Okay, good.
It's like the Matrix. That wasn't a question.
I don't know.
Wazoo. Rotten Constitution. Reduce all damage inflicted on your Warlord by 1 to a minimum of 1. For example, if your Warlord failed a saving throw against a weapon that inflicts 3 damage, he will only lose 2 wounds.
That's good.
So it's less.
Yeah.
It's not bad, right? Like
this is better than the +1 toughness, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because this will affect you much more in the game than +1 toughness will affect you.
Absolutely.
Because those things that are probably doing multi-wounds...
Like las cannons?
They're probably
like
wounding
2
you on
las
3s
cannons
anyway.
could kill a Demon Prince in one go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So...
Now maybe they won't.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's also bad with Disgustingly Resilient too, right? You got to keep that in mind. That's an auto pass for a Disgustingly Resilient roll.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like it. And all weapons that are 2 damage, they are all negated.
So
by
plasmas?
half.
That overcharging? Nope.
Right? Yeah. So, no, it's good.
I
like that.
Now that I'm thinking about it, it's not as bad as I thought.
It's not as bad. Yeah. Can you picture, like, your opponent is, like, all plasma cannons, or all plasma guns, and he's like, ha, 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 ha. You're like,
I'm going to pick that, yeah. Put on my Demon Prince, why not?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are now cut in half. I cut you at the knees.
Well, that's what Nurgle does.
You crawl to me.
Yeah, and then you get the lawnmower out.
I love the lawnmower, man.
It's so good.
I can't wait to feel it.
I know.
It's going to be so good.
Yep.
Arch Contaminator. So reroll all failed wound rolls when resolving attacks made with a plague weapon. For any friendly Death Guard unit within 7 inches of the Warlord.
Yeah. That's actually very important to notice because it's all Death Guard units. So
that's correct. So it's the entire army.
It's not just infantry; it's vehicles as well. So your plague crawlers are going to be re-rolling, which is super important with the plague weapons.
That's actually a really big deal.
I think this is one of my favorite ones, to be honest.
That might be the best one.
It might be, yeah. Like that's your whole army, because most of your army is going to be within 7 inches of each other. And almost everything, not everything, but mostly everything has a plague weapon. So your blight launchers, your plague spitters, your Not your plasmas, unfortunately, or bolters, but honestly, I'm bringing mostly plague weapons. And all your close combat weapons, too.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah, that's right. This is really powerful.
Yep. Mortarian's weapon's a plague weapon.
Yep. You got it.
So he's re-rolling because that's his Warlord trait.
Yeah. That's insane.
Super, super good.
Something to note here is that the named characters, Mortaria and Typhus, they have specific Warlord traits.
Right, just like previous codexes, the Chaos Space Marines and Grey Knights and Space Marines all have their named characters are tied to a specific Warlord trait.
Yeah, that's right. And so Mortarian has Arch Contaminator and Typhus has Living Plague. And the Living Plague, of course, is you roll a dice for each enemy unit that's within 3 of the Warlord at the start of the fight phase, and on 4 up, they suffer a mortal wound. So it just makes it a little bit better.
So my favorite out of this, if I'm going to bring it Demon Prince, would be the Revolting Resilience, which adds plus or 4 up disgustingly resilient rolls on a Demon Prince.
Yep.
I think that would make him a lot more survivable.
Yep.
If I'm going to make a Demon Prince my Warlord, but if I'm going to bring Mortarian, which we'll get to in another video. We'll save it for that for another video, actually.
Yes, we'll talk about Mortarian in a different video. If I were to choose my favorite Warlord trait here, I think I would, on a Demon Prince, I would choose Tainted Regeneration.
Ooh,
and that's where
that
you
one's
regain
really good,
1 lost wound at the start of each player's turn.
It's a toss-up between them too, right?
Yeah, here's the thing. It's like, that one, it's an automatic thing.
Sure.
You don't have to roll a 4 up, right?
Yep.
So that just happens.
But here's the thing, though, that I'm thinking. If I have a Sergeant nearby within 3 inches of my Demon Prince, 4+ re-rolling 1 for Disgustingly Resilient is insane.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But you need the Sergeant for that to happen.
You need the Sergeant within 3 inches, so it's not likely to happen.
Right.
But if he's out front and he's caught and the Surgeon's nearby, like there's other ways to buff the aura too, right? Which we'll get to later.
All I know is that I've played games where the units that have Infernal Regeneration, where it's just 1 per round, they add up. They do. Like with the Lord of Skulls, for example, that's 5 rounds. Well, that's 5 wounds.
Don't Helldrakes, they have that as well.
They do.
Don't they? Yeah.
Yeah. And Defilers.
Yeah.
So can you imagine with this on your Lord, it would be that'd be 10 wounds after rounds. If you're like being wounded every round.
That seems very annoying and neural-like.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think
you're winning me over with that.
This is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all pretty decent. I think they all have their place.
Right. Now, granted, you still get full. I mean, your wounds might go through a little easier just because it's not a 4 up instead of a 5 up for the Disgustingly Resilient, but you still do get the Disgustingly Resilient, right?
What about this on a Demon Prince? If you bring the Arc Contaminator, if you put that on Demon Prince,
you're re-rolling.
You're re-rolling
the
to
wound
hit,
rolls.
To hit as well on 1s, and then you're re-rolling to wounds with your plague weapons.
Okay.
So that makes the army much better.
Yeah, that would be really good on a Demon Prince.
So even on a Chaos Lord,
a
cheap Chaos Lord just sitting in the back for whatever 100 points ish.
Yeah.
Super good.
That would be. Yeah. Not bad. We're going to talk about stratagems now. Okay, we didn't even get the word right. It's the second word out of the sentence.
Yeah, it's like 8 o'clock. No, it's not.
No, not even close to it. But, okay, stratagems. There are 14 in total in the new Codex.
Yeah. Some of them are unique and some of them borrow from the Chaos Space Marine book. 6
of them are unique.
Right.
Other than that, you're right. The other ones borrow directly from the Chaos Space Marine Codex.
I think they're really good still. The ones that borrow?
The ones that borrow are very relevant.
They are.
Yeah, there are some that are not included at all.
Which I'm fine with, because you still have your unique ones too, right? Which add a lot of flavor to your Death Guard.
That's right. Start with Nurgle's Wrath. This is a unique stratagem, and it can be used once per battle. In the shooting phase, you select a friendly Death Guard character, and you roll a d6 for every enemy unit within 7 inches of him. And on a 4-up, those units suffer d3 mortal wounds, and Nurgle models can't suffer from Nurgle's Wrath.
Yep.
But see, it is 3 command points for that.
It's awfully expensive, but we talked a little bit this off camera. It can make the world of a difference. Because if this goes on your Lord of Contagion, for instance, he's doing d3 mortal wounds on a 4+ in the shooting phase, and then an additional one for his special ability.
That's right.
So.
And Yeah, not only that, but that could mean that you're killing something that you want dead before...
If you want it tied up, that you're tied up, say with, I don't know, cultists, and there's only a couple of them left, you want to be free to charge something else, this could free you up.
And you know what? It does say this. It says in the shooting phase.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can still shoot.
Yep.
So if you have a gun, yeah, totally.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm. You know what else it doesn't say?
What's that?
It doesn't specify if it has to be your turn or your enemy turn.
You are correct. It just says in the shooting phase. Wow.
But you know what? It would make sense that it happens in your turn because you can't do things.
I think I'd rather have it in my turn. Or you could do it at the end of their shooting phase after everything's gone.
Because then that might not...
Then you can move after if they don't want to charge you in your movement phase. So wait till the last thing is about to shoot, and after it's shot, you do this, you kill something, and they don't want to charge you, you get to move towards something you want to kill.
Does that happen in the other player's turn, though?
No, you'll move in your movement phase,
yeah.
But you'll do it at the end of their shooting phase after everything is shot, right?
Right. That's interesting. I don't know if you can, though. That's because it's weird. It's out of sequence. Even though it doesn't specify, that might be like a rules as intended in your shooting phase. It
just says shooting phase, right? You can still use stratagems in your opponent phase.
That's true, because you can interrupt a combat.
Yep.
So maybe you can.
Yeah,
they set precedence there.
Yep.
Oh,
I think that's the case, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because there's other stratagems where it's the same thing. It just says in this phase.
How awesome is that, though? So you are locked in combat, and then boom, you do this, and you might even kill the thing that you're in combat with.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then you get to move after.
Yeah.
In your movement phase.
Right. Yeah. Dang.
That's actually more powerful than I thought. 3 command points is a little expensive.
But if you have a brigade?
You have 12 command points, and if you have a tallyman, you could get these 3 command points back if you're lucky.
Right.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah, maybe.
It's okay.
You have to roll a 7 for that, though.
It's likely not going to happen.
You know what's funny, though?
But
you can roll, and then if you don't get a die, you spend 1 command point to maybe re-roll the 1 die, so you do get 7, so you get 3 back. So it might be a good gamble.
That's a good point. I like it.
You like it?
So which command points do you get back? Do you get the command points for Nurgle's Rot, or do you get the command points for the reroll?
Well, it'd be for the. You can only do for the stratagem, right?
Right.
Yeah, so you get 3. But I saw what you were trying to do there.
Yeah,
it was clever.
Do you get both or 1?
Chicken wings?
Yes, please.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, let's eat.
Okay. Next unique stratagem is Cloud of Flies, and so you use this during your movement phase. It says your movement phase, so yeah.
Yeah, so this is going to be your movement phase, not your opponent's, yeah.
Select a Death Guard infantry unit. Until the start of your next movement phase, enemy models can only shoot this unit if it is the closest visible target.
This is my favorite one, I think.
Because it can protect guys?
Yeah, and it's super trolly, right?
Death Guard
it feels
infantry.
very Nurgly.
So what would you protect? Maybe your Terminators?
Plague Marines with shooty weapons?
Yeah.
Right? Terminators?
It basically gives them the character special rule.
It does, and it makes them hide too, right? So something that has a lot of DAC in it, you wanna keep them safe, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's only 1 command point, and it doesn't say that you can only use it once, just like Nurgle's Rot, right? So you could use this every shooting phase in your opponent's turn. So if the game goes to 5 turns, that's only 5 command points to keep 1 unit completely safe, pretty much.
That's awesome.
Super good.
This is a really good, unique one, and it's very Nurgle to do so.
It is.
Because it's like you're shrouded. It's like you're hidden.
I just imagine like a unit just with big smiles on their face. Haha, you can't get me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good. I like it. Putrid Detonation is another unique one. 1 command point. You use the stratagem when one of your Death Guard vehicles is destroyed. Do not roll a dice, and that vehicle automatically explodes.
It's very good.
Ooh. You know what?
Yeah.
You know, because you pick the vehicle that explodes big, and you just spend the command point and do it. Yeah.
And you get an opponent's face with it. I mean, there's only a few vehicles in the Death Guard. There's not a plethora of Death Guard vehicles, but the ones that do it do D3 damage. If my estimations are correct. I mean, the bloat drone, only does 1 mortal wound, so 1 command point might be a little bit more pricey on that when it explodes on a 4+ anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's different.
I'm thinking the Plague Host Crawler that explodes on a 5+ and does D3 mortal wounds on 6 inches.
Right. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Because it's more.
Exactly. So if something attacks your backfield and it blows it up, spend 1 command point, do D3 mortal wounds back.
Yeah.
Could be good.
That is a good one. See, and it's only 1 command point too.
Only 1 command
So you
point.
can do it multiple times in the battle, and that
Yep.
accounts for a lot more wounds that are being inflicted, and you wouldn't have otherwise.
Mortal wounds add up, as we were seeing on paper, right?
Mm-hmm. And especially those where like it affects every unit
Yep.
around it, which is a big deal. So would you spend 1 command point for that?
I think it's situational.
Yes, definitely situational.
But
so
that's
if there's
what
multiple
stratagems
units
are,
around you.
though, right?
Yeah.
Stratagems should be situational, in my
Absolutely.
opinion. Like if, like Cloud of Flies, for example. If I know my shooty unit's going to get shot, I'm going to spend that 1 command point, right? If it's out of line of sight, and I know that they don't have anything that ignores line of sight, like the crawler, I'm not going to spend that 1 command point.
That's true.
Right?
Good point. The Dead Walk again. This is unique to Death Guard. It is similar to the Tide of Traitors stratagem in the Chaos Space Marines. It's not the exact same, but it's similar to it. And you use it at the beginning of your movement phase. You select a unit of Poxwalkers. And until the start of your next movement phase, replace that unit's Curse of the Walking Pox ability with the following. Each time an infantry model, other than a Poxwalker, friend or foe, is slain within 7 inches of this unit, add 1 model to the unit.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually really good.
It's very good. Yeah. So things that are nearby that are dying, friend or foe, more Poxwalkers.
Yep.
I like it.
I think it's like they become Poxwalkers.
Yeah, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, that special rule of the Walking Pox ability, or Curse of the Walking Pox, so that's in close combat, right? This is shooting as well.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
Yeah, even psychic power, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, if something smites you, become Pox.
Plague Pact. Used a stratagem when a Death Guard character attempts to summon a unit of Nurgle demons using a demonic ritual. You can roll up to 4 dice rather than 3 for summoning, and your character will not suffer any mortal wounds for rolling doubles.
Yeah, or triples. Yeah,
or triples,
it's good, actually. I think we're going to see this in the specific God-themed or Chaos Gods themed books, so like Nurgle and Chaos, or Khorne, Slaanesh, that type of thing. I think we're going to see this throughout those books.
Yeah.
Because they include the Nurgle or the demons.
Yeah, I agree.
It's okay. I mean, like yourself, I don't do a lot of summoning. I'd rather have my stuff on paper, but if you need the flexibility and your lists,
the option's there.
Exactly.
Blight Bombardment. You can use this stratagem just before a friendly Death Guard unit shoots or fires Overwatch. In resolving that unit's shots, every model in the unit that is equipped with a Blight Grenade can throw one, instead of only 1 model in the entire unit being able to do so.
So it's really good.
That's actually really awesome.
So it goes in synergy with the Foul Blightspawn's special ability, which is Unholy Death's Head, which makes your grenades 2d6.
Yeah. Yeah, so do that with him.
In the Overwatch?
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be doing some damage for 1 command point.
Yep. So for the Foul Blightspawn rule there, the Unholy Death Head, that's only for characters. But it's still useful if there are those characters nearby.
So we actually both made errors. I was thinking the Biologus Putrefier that has a Blight Rack. So friendly models within 3 inches, when they throw a grenade, on a 6+ on the wound when attacking with a Blight Grenade, it inflicts a mortal wound in addition to any other damage.
Yeah.
So if they're throwing a bunch of grenades and 1 hits, and then on a 6 does another mortal wound, again, it adds up.
Yeah, you want to do that. Spend the command point for that,
Yep.
for your Blight Bombardment, and then use that, because then you're doing mortal wounds.
Yep, which are super important in this game.
Yep. For the rest of the stratagems, basically the ones that come out of the Chaos Space Marines Codex, which are the 8, are Grandfather's Blessings, Fire Frenzy, Blasphemous Machines, Gifts of Decay, Chaos Familiar of Nurgle, which is interesting. Wait, maybe that is a Nurgle specific one. Yeah, but actually no, it's not. It's just named.
It's just the Contagion
Nurgle.
Discipline. You can change your discipline in there. So if you want, we'll get to the psychic powers.
Yeah,
and we'll
it's the exact
talk
same as
about
the other one.
Yep.
Yeah. Killshot, Veterans of the Long War, which is also something that you would probably use a lot as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah. +1 to wound is great.
And then your Chaos
Especially
Boon.
with the Plague Weapon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I think that's better, to be honest.
Your Chaos Boon, that's the exact same as the other Chaos Boon, but they're just named different. So.
Oh, perfect.
Nothing new there.
Yeah, it's themed.
Moving on to the Relics of Decay. Some of them are really good.
Yep.
Some of them not so good.
So we're going to glance over them real quick, and we'll talk about the ones that we like.
Yeah. Plaguebringer, this one's only okay.
Yep.
You know, this replaces a Bell Sword or a Power Sword only.
And a Plague Knife.
And a Plague Knife.
Yep, so most characters have a Plague Knife.
Bell Sword.
Yep.
Power Sword. Okay, so basically they get Strength User, AP -2, and D3 damage.
Yep, and each time you make a wound of 6+ with this weapon, target suffers an additional mortal wound.
Yeah, so it's better than nothing.
Yep.
It's pretty simple.
You get this for free.
And it is for free.
So, it's okay.
The Suppurating Plate. So this is disputably the best one.
Yeah, it's my favorite, I think.
Bear has a save characteristic of 2 up. In addition, each time you pass a saving throw in the fight phase on a 4+, the unit that inflicted the wound suffers a mortal wound after all the attacks have been resolved. So that's good.
Really good. So against stuff that has low AP, like, say, Orc Boys or things that don't have any AP in close combat, and they're doing wounds to you and you save them on a 4+, 50% of them are going to cause back mortal wounds. Which is super, super good.
And that's in addition to your attacks.
It is, yeah. So you haven't swung yet, and you're probably causing more wounds to them than they cause to you.
Right, because you're saving, right? If
On
you're
a
2 up
2+,
save.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
plus you got your Disgustingly Resilient.
So stuff that, say, a power, say, I don't know, a Power Fist that's -3, hits you, you still have your Invul save that you can still be saving on, right? So it's not bad. It's good.
It's pretty good. The Pandemic Staff for Psychers only, and you add 1 to your Psychic test when you manifest Smite.
Yeah, this is probably the worst one.
Probably,
Yeah, because it's only for Smite. If it were other powers, it'd be good.
And here's the question, right? If you're going to do that, and you get it for free, in quotation marks,
Sure.
why would you not put the Suppurating Plate on him?
Yeah, or even the Plaguebringer, right?
I guess maybe if you're never going to be in close combat, then the plate won't really help you.
Sure.
That's the only case, but this one is just
even if it's not close combat, you still have a 2 up save.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Dolorous Knell. This is only useful for the Noxious Blightbringer, but it's not bad.
Yep. Only he can equip it.
So you roll d6 for each enemy unit within 7 inches at the start of each morale phase, and on a 6, that unit suffers a mortal wound. Okay. And in addition, if an enemy unit takes a morale test while they're within 7 inches of the bear, then your opponent must roll 2 dice and discard the lowest.
It's good.
So it's not bad. It's not bad.
If he's within 7 inches, I think his job is done because most of your stuff is in close combat at that point.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay. Like, this is one that's not jumping off the paper, but I'm not like,
Yeah.
I don't really want it. But it has its uses for sure.
It's very flavorful to bring
The morale, I think, is probably what will do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Fugaris is home. I don't know how to say it, so I got to say it's stupid.
Right.
So the wearer
That's
of
not
the
stupid.
Fugaris helm increases the range of
Yep.
any aura abilities on its data sheet by 3 inches.
So what's really good about this is a lot of Death Guard characters have aura abilities.
Yes, they do.
So I'm thinking Surgeon right off the bat, Disgustingly Resilient, rerolling 1s.
Yep.
So say your Demon Prince has 4 up, Disgustingly Resilient. Now he's rerolling 1s.
Yeah.
He's not going to take a lot of damage if this aura is within 6 inches. That's easier to get to, right, than 3 inches.
That's true.
So I like it, and I like it a lot.
The Plague Skull of Glorfilla. This is okay.
It's very similar to the Plaguebringer, right?
Yeah, like it's any
It's
sort
like-
of thing like this, that weapons that replace them. It seems
Right.
that with the weapon versions here, they haven't really done anything.
Right.
over-
It's more war gear for me. The additional stuff like the armor save and the helm, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but this is, I mean, you get grenade type 7-inch range.
Yeah.
You use it once in the battle. And if it hits, you roll 1 dice for each model in the enemy unit to be rolling in results of 1.
Yeah.
And that suffers a mortal wound for each roll of a 6. So it's just not a sure thing.
So again, there could be, synergy with the grenades again.
Yeah.
Like it seems very unlikely that you'll inflict more wounds, but again, if 1 or 2 or 3 abilities go off during the course of a battle, it could add up.
Relics of Decay, the 2 best relics are definitely the Suppurating Plate and Fugaris' Helm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would choose those 2, for sure.
Yeah, which one would you choose out of both of them?
The plate.
Probably the plate, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would actually spend 1 command point out of the Stratagems, which is the Gifts of Decay, and give both of them to characters. So I'd put the helm on my surgeon, and
the plate on your demon prince.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. I like the combination.
Yeah, for 1 command point, they're both extremely powerful.
Oh yeah, that's so worth it to do that.
It is.
Now talking about the Contagion discipline, there are 3 new psychic abilities that have been added here. The Miasma of Pestilence, Gift of Contagion, and Plague Wind are not new ones. You get these in the Chaos Index.
Yep, so we'll go over them real quick. The Miasma of Pestilence, basically you subtract 1 for all hit rolls of that unit in the shooting phase or close combat.
That's not bad.
So I really like it, actually, on, say, my Demon Prince, right? Or Mortarion, or something that you don't want to die.
Yeah.
Gift of Contagion, I think is very situational. So you basically select a unit, and you roll a 7 or more within 18 inches. You roll a d3. It could be -1 attack on an enemy, -1 strength, or -1 toughness.
Yeah. So basically, it's one of those chart effects where it's
Again,
risky if it's useful.
Out of those, obviously, I'd rather have -1 toughness.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
But it's not bad. It's
sure.
okay. It's
because that's
nothing
beneficial whether you're shooting it or attacking it.
Absolutely. Yep.
And then Plague Wind has a warp charge value of 5 and manifested. You select a visible enemy unit within 18 inches of the Psyker, and you roll 1 dice for each model in that unit, and you suffer mortal wounds on 6.
Again, that mortal wound on 6s, it'll happen, but not often.
Yeah.
Right?
So again, I don't know if I would even bring that at all.
There's other disciplines out there that are better.
I'd rather smite. Smite.
Yeah, because that's guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is just on a 6.
Now for the new ones, Blades of Putrefaction. So it's a warp value of 5. So you select a visible friendly Death Guard unit within 18 inches of the Psyker. And then until the start of your next psychic phase, you add 1 to all wound rolls made by that unit in the fight phase. And also any wound rolls of 7+ made for that unit in the fight phase with a melee plague weapon, which is the majority of the army.
Right.
Inflict a mortal wound on the target in addition to any other damage. That's actually really good.
I think I love this on Plague Marines. With all close combat weapons that have a fair amount of attacks. Like, you could put this on the Terminators as well, but the Plague Marines are actually cheaper.
Yep.
Give them the axe and the Plague Knife, and then a couple flails in there. I think this could be really good.
Yeah, it just sounds like it's extra. It's in addition to, and why you might as well.
And it's only warp charge 5, so most of the time you're going to get it off.
That's right.
It's really good.
Putrescent Vitality is another new one. Warp charge 6. And you select a visible friendly Death Guard infantry unit within 18 inches of the Psyker, and then to the end or to the start of your next psychic phase, you add 1 to the strength and toughness characteristics. Oh,
yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, not just the toughness, but the strength is really powerful.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So your strength 6 stuff becomes strength 7.
Death Shroud?
Yeah.
Your strength 6, toughness 6.
Yeah. just before the melee weapons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, it's good and it's not good because, for example, if you're like already tougher and already, it won't make a difference in the rolls.
Here's the thing, though. If, like you said, your Death Shrouds, they have Man Rapers, right? That's +3 strength, so you're strength 9 with those Man Rapers.
Okay.
So you're going to be wounding Land Raiders on 3s, re-rolling 1s.
Oh, that's true. See, like, it's situational. So depending on where you are and what you're targeting, that would be really good.
So again, you could use that relic, Chaos Familia of Nurgle, spend 1 command point, and switch to that psychic power before the Death Shrouds charge.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, that'd be useful in that case.
Yep.
And then there's Curse of the Leper. Has a warp charge of 7. If manifested, you roll 7 dice, and the closest visible enemy unit within 14 inches of the Psyker suffers a mortal wound for each roll that exceeds its toughness characteristic. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
It's the worst one, obviously, right?
Yeah, it's not going to be the best.
There's 3 there that I see that are way better than that, right? So, which one's your favorite?
Probably the Putrescent Vitality.
Yep, that one's very good.
Yeah, adding +1 to the strength and toughness.
So it makes them durable and stronger, right?
Yeah, that sticks out.
My favorite is Miasma of Pestilence, though. The -1 to hit is extremely powerful because stuff that is re-rolling doesn't get that bonus, right?
Right.
So like Space Marines with Gilman, for example, they're not gonna be rolling the 3s that miss.
Right.
Because those technically hit, and then with a minus, they don't hit. So it's good.
Tactical objectives, you get 6 new ones that are specific to Death Guard. They are here. They're already posted as well. So you can see these online.
They're okay. Yeah.
And I mean, it's just flavorful.
It is.
It adds more.
It is.
Click on the link below to watch more content in the MiniWarGaming Vault, and this is more Death Guard content. So there's going to be a Who Would Win.
Yep.
There's also going to be a 1,000 point bat rep.
Yep.
Yep.
Ultramarines versus Death Guard.
Oh yeah.
Very themed.
Yep. So that's in addition to this review video that we're posting.
Yep.
My favorite, I think, might be the Who Would Win with Mortarion and
yeah.
and,
I can't wait till people see that.
Magnus.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be good. So
It'll be
excited
really
for
good.
that.
Yeah.
But just final thoughts here on the
Sure.
on the things that we discussed in this review
So
video.
we'll go over stuff real quick. Stratagems seem pretty good. Like they're not game breaking.
No.
Like I really like the Cloud of Flies with like say you draw the defend card. So they basically become a character and you can't shoot them off that defend card, right?
Off the objective?
Right. The infantry.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be very useful.
Yeah, I think that's probably the one that will have the most use and the most play.
If they're not the closest.
If they're not the closest
unit.
Visible unit too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's an important distinction to make.
I think that would be really good. Now, in addition to that, you would probably still use the other ones that
Yeah,
would come
Nurgle's Rot's good.
Veterans of the Long War is going to come
Very
in a lot.
good. Yep.
Yeah, you'll
Yep.
be using
the
that
Dead
a lot.
Walk again's good. Yep. Again, Chaos Familia of Nurgle, that could be very situational and could be good.
I think so.
Yep. I think they'll have their uses.
Nurgle's Rot, though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Nurgle's Rot as it should be.
Right.
Right?
A lot of command points, but it'll do some damage.
It will.
Yeah.
It's bound to do something.
Yeah. I would hope so.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll cause at least 1 mortal wound to a unit within 7.
At least one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's at least one on each.
On each. Yep.
Right. In the very least.
Because I don't think you're going to spend that stratagem if there's no units within 7.
No,
right?
no, probably
Yeah.
not. Like
You're going to do
might be tempting
at least
to,
2, right? I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So you want to get your, say, your Lord of Contagion out there and close combat and kill stuff. It's good.
I can see that.
Yep. Because
Yeah,
he also has a special ability himself too, right?
He does, doesn't he? Yeah. And I find there's a lot of synergy with this army, and that you are encouraged to keep things together as opposed to separating, dividing and conquering.
Right.
Like
yeah,
Thousand
we
Suns.
mentioned a big blob of decay, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Thousand Suns, they're kind of encouraged to not stay together.
Yeah, they're
It's
more
like
zippy, right?
Magnus is around.
They're more
and
of a
doing
finesse
stuff and-
army where Nurgle's just, I'm going to slowly drag this hammer and swing it.
Right,
You know what
and
I mean?
there's nothing you can do to avoid it, and it's
Right.
going to...
It's going to cause mortal wounds.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you rather have? Would you rather, like, fall to your death really fast, or would you rather see your death coming, but have, like, another 2 years to live?
Ooh, that's a good call.
Right.
Because one's Zinch and one's Nurgle, right?
That's right.
I don't know, man.
But you get, like, worse and worse as the death comes.
Probably know where I'm going to be in 2 years, right?
It's a pretty morbid question.
It is.
Yeah.
But I think it's a necessary
Oh,
question.
yeah,
to
it's very
ask.
necessary.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's necessary. Yeah. You unavoidably necessary.
Right.
Yeah.
Because one would know one's fate.
One would.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for watching, and please do click on the link below to see more battle reports. In the vault, there is going to be, like we said before, the Who Would Win between Magnus and Mortarion, and there's going to be a battle report.
Lots of good stuff.
Lots.
This is a good day of Nurgle.
Yes, I like it.
Yeah.
It's
Too
not
bad
bad.
is it the 7th?
It's the 7th day?
Yeah.
What's the 7th? Is the 7th of the month?
Right.
Ooh.
That'd be neat. I don't think so.
It's not going to be.
It's going to be the 8th or 9th? I think it's the 9th.
9th, yeah.
It's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, and too bad it wasn't released on the 7th. Can you imagine if it's like the 7th month or the 7th day?
That'd be freaky.
Ooh, mine.
2017?
Yeah. 07 would be better, but you know.
It can't be choosers, you know?
Can't have everything.
Can't have your
and
soup in your salad.
This is actually going to continue on for a long time, so we're just going to shut it off right now, and it's all good.
I thank you for watching.
Oh, very much.